The use of alternative energy in sustainable architecture. The deterioration of our planet is reaching the limit, causing climate changes that may be irreversible. This is why industries are forced to reinvent and governments to build a new economic model based on low carbon emissions, resource efficient, and socially inclusive. Here the importance of using alternative energies. Alternative energies are those raised energy sources as alternatives to traditional energy. They can also be defined as renewable or green energy, those that do not involve the burning of fossil fuel, which has two main disadvantages. The first is that it is a non-renewable resource, and the second that it produces large amounts of CO2. This is why it has been accused of being the main cause of global warming. Types of alternative energies. Solar is one of the most practical sources of energy for the future because we receive a lot more of this energy than used by man each year. It is used on small scales and furnaces for home and the heat up water. Wind is the generation of electricity from the wind. Geothermal energy is using hot water or steam from the Earth's interior for heating buildings and electricity generation. Biofuel and ethanol are fuels that are made from animals and plants, mainly being used to power machines, for cooking, and to heat homes. Hydroelectric power is generated from dammed water that drives a water turbine and generator. The concepts of alternative energy are essential for the realization of sustainable architecture. It must take into account the context of climate and a future projection, through values related to economic, social, political, and ethical. The architecture model to be followed has some important aspects. Use of environmental resources sustainably, planning long-term actions, creative use of natural and cultural variety, creating spaces that are healthy, economically viable, and responsive to social needs.
Installations in architecture. Photovoltaic panels or solar space heating and electric power. Windmills or permeable systems on the facades to improve ventilation, either to produce electricity or to cool overnight spaces. Biomass energy is used in furnaces to heat the space, generate electricity, and other daily activities, but it takes large amounts of resource. Geothermal energy can be used to heat homes and generate electricity, but is highly dependent on site geothermal field, where telluric heat is released. Hydroelectric is generated from dammed water that drives a water turbine and generator. Disadvantages. Power stations can be very expensive to build. Power resources as wind and sun are inconsistent. It depends of the day. Hydroelectrical needs a powerful supply of water to function. Biofuel needs a big amount of resources. Advantages. Thus energies are renewable. It does not contribute to pollution and keeps our world clean. Installations are typically rather small and do not affect on the beauty of the landscape and are self-sufficient energy source once it has been built. Don't consume fossil fuel.
We can conclude that despite of the disadvantage of this kind of energy, as the high cost of installations, it is an inversion that worth the effort, because it will help you to save money in the future and also contributes with the preservation of the ecosystem. The source of those energies is renewable. This means that they are practically infinite.